G'day everyone, today we're going to be doing some maintenance on our Mousse tubes so you can keep yours nice and fresh like this one is right here. Let's get into it. Right, now we're going to start with just loosening our wheel nut. So we're going to loosen the wheel nut, get rid of the wheel nut and our spacer. Then we're going to take our axle out, be careful not to hit your dog. Then we're going to take our chain off. Then we're going to loosen our rim locks. I'm running 2 on this wheel. Then we're just going to break the bead of the tyre on both sides. Then we're going to start removing this, or we'll place our levers in here. We don't want to go too far apart because the further it is, the harder it is. Then we're going to step on the opposite side of the tyre just to help the bead peel off. Then we're going to just keep going to remove that half of the tyre. Flip the tyre over. We're going to work on this side. We're just going to get this rim lock out. Because we're running 2 rim locks, we've got to peel one of these, peel the bead of the tyre over this one, just so we can start working this half of the tyre off from here. As you can see, that's coming off nicely, just little bites. The reason we just want to take little bites is because sometimes we can tear the bead of the tyre, which can result in disasters out on the trail. So we've got our tyre off the rim. We're just going to put the rim back on the tyre changer, ready for re-insulation. Then we're going to start taking our old Mousse out. As you can see, this one's pretty worn out, but that's okay. It's ideal for the conditions we ride in, which are slow and, well, if you check out the other YouTube videos, you'll have a look. Slow and technical, which is pretty well, this Mousse is meant for that. Then we're just gonna put some Mousse Lube in there, in this case just some red rubber grease. Paint that all inside nice and evenly, especially on the shoulder of the tyre. Once we've done that, we're going to put the old Mousse back in. I'm going to use the same Mousse and tyre just because it's ideal for what we're doing and the tyre's not fully worn out yet. Then we're just going to paint a bit more red rubber grease on the inside of the Mousse here. Be careful not to get it on the bead of the tyre though, because we don't want it on there. Then we're going to start working our tyre onto the rim. I've just started under 1 rim lock. Then we're working half of the tyre on. Once we get around to the other rim lock, we're going to have to pop it over it, as you're seeing here. And once that bead is over that rim lock, then we can start working the other half of the tyre on. I like to start right next to the rim lock there. Chuck the lever in the holster and we'll start putting this side of the tyre on. I'll leave a lever in there just so it's easier for when we get towards the end here. We want the rim of the tyre to slip into the bead of the tyre, to slip into the rim a little bit, so it's easier right at the end here. This tyre is pretty easy to put on because, yeah, the Mousse is so soft and the carcass of the tyre is soft too. So then we're going to check that our rim locks are free, that they're under the beads of the tyre, they're not fouling on it. So once they're all sweet, just to be sure that the beads of the tyre are sitting nice on the rim, we'll bounce it up and down a bit like this. I think one part of the bead wasn't sitting properly, but it's all sweet now. Then we tighten our rim locks up, both of them. Then the tyres, wheels ready to throw back in the bike. Just make sure our brake pads are sitting nice. And our wheel spacers are sitting nice. Then we throw our chain on the sprocket. Before we put the axle in, we put a bit of grease on it. We don't want that getting stuck in there for next time. Once the axle's in, give it a little jiggle while it's going in, it makes it all easier. Then we pop our wheel spacer in, then we pop our nut on. Before we tighten it up, we'll put that rag in there just to pull the wheel in closer to the center of the bike. Then we tighten our wheel nut up, crank it up with the spanner. Then we pull that rag out of there, pump the brakes, and that's it. That's it for the video today, guys. Hope you liked it and hope you learned something. So, see you on the next one.